How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. So in today's video, we're finally going to be back working on the Camaro here. It's been a really long winter, and it's been a really long time since I did anything and even got to work on this car. I did a few startups over the winter during the cold months, but now that we finally got some nice weather and it's a little bit warm out here, finally going to start tearing it into it again. So we got the air tank brought over here because we got a few flat tires. We got the passenger side front and then the driver's side rear that we got to fill up. So I'm sure these tires are bad. I don't know how old they are, but they're going to be going here eventually once we get around to finishing the car up. But let's get into filling those tires, taking off this tarp. I got that tarp on there because I took the door weather stripping off and it left a gap up top, and I didn't want any of the rain or snow to come in there. And then we'll fire the car up and pull it out. I think today we're going to start doing some interior cleaning. I'm going to pull some stuff out of there, and if you guys are new to the channel, I'll just explain real quick. It's got some rust issues, let's just say, that it needs the front floorboards replaced, and I'm going to start the process of hopefully getting that cleaned up and preparing it for some patch panels. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. Let's get to work. Well, guys, I'm super happy to say the Camaro fired up on only its second crank. This thing's a champ. It's been sitting for months. I only fire it up once or twice during the winter, and this thing fires up every time like it's brand new. Gotta love it. So I'm going to be pulling it out here on the street, and I'll just go over the car with you if you guys are new to the channel, and I'll explain what we're going to be doing today to it. So let's pull it out and let's get to work. So we got it all parked down here, and we're gonna potentially start tearing into these floorboard replacements here, floor pan replacements. As you can see, the previous owner already got patch panels for it. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem we got going on there. So in the passenger side's the same way. I'll take you over there and show you that. If you guys missed out on any of the other previous videos, I got a whole playlist on this car, so be sure and go check those out. It starts from the day I got it to, I guess, right now. So if you guys missed out on any of those videos, be sure to go check them out. I'll tag a playlist up above. But let's hop into the passenger side here. I do got a lot of parts down there, so don't mind that. It's from when I took off the window trim. But there's the passenger side floor pan replacement. So hopefully we can get around to preparing that to get those welded in today. And as you guys heard, this thing desperately needs an exhaust. The one side's plugged up and it's just dumping straight out the back. It's not even functioning properly. So I definitely want to get a new exhaust here soon, but I want to get the floorboards in first so I can get the measurements and all that stuff and the fitment right for the new exhaust before we install it. But yeah, guys, all that aside, just a little update. Let's get started on the floor pan replacement here, and hopefully it all goes well. Fingers crossed. Well guys, as you could see, we got everything pulled out of the interior here. The seats were really easy to pull out because the previous owner actually had them out at one point. The only seat that was bolted down was the driver's seat right here, but it was just those two bolts in the front, so they were really easy to pull out. And we went through it with the shop vac and got everything all cleaned up just so it is a cleaner workspace for me to work in. But as you could see, I was gonna start taking out these kick panels here, but they were really hard to take out, and I read online on an online forum, people were saying if you don't have to take them out, don't even bother, because they're such a pain in the butt to get back in, and they're even a pain in the butt to take out. So I just figured I'd leave them there, and when we go to do the metal work here for the new floor pan, I'll just cover it with like a welding blanket or something, and then when I eventually go to repaint it, I'll just paint them in the car, because I'm not going to deal with pulling them out, especially with the cables here running for these pull knobs for the vents. I just don't want to mess with it. So now that everything's all cleaned up in the interior here, the next step is to start doing the metal work and cutting out this rust and prepping the space for the new floor pan. So I guess we'll get started on that right now. Well guys, it's actually the next day here, and as you saw, we got the Plymouth and the Camaro swapped around. So we got the Camaro in the driveway here, that way I can work in the shade. Today we're going to be hopefully welding in the floor pans, but before we actually get to the pan, I got to show you guys something real quick. So down here, we're going to be working on the passenger side today. Obviously the floor pan goes here to cover this big hole up, but beneath the floor pan there's this inner structural piece that I believe the floor pan was welded to, and somebody at one point cut out a big chunk of that. So we're gonna fix that first, and in order to do that I drew up a cardboard template that'll go in there, and we'll get that fabricated and welded in first, and then once that's fixed, then we'll throw in the replacement floor pan. Obviously I'm gonna cut the pan down to size to fit the hole that's already cut out, because there's no point in removing factory sheet metal that's still good. Yeah guys, got a little bit of work on my hands, but let's get to work. I got a big piece of old sheet metal here that's a good thickness to replace that inner structural piece. So we're going to be taking our cardboard template, transferring it onto here, and then cutting that out, and then we'll get ready to weld in the patch. So let's get to work. Well guys, after spending some time on some metal work and fabrication, finally got our patch panel piece made up and got it bent to the correct angles, or whatever you want to call it, to get it fit in the hole down here. I'll show you how it lines up. It's a really nice fit. Got the right curves and everything for it to go in there. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. I don't have any lights set up. But yeah, we're gonna get that welded in first, and then we'll prep the floor pan. Gonna cover up the kick panel here in the center console with a wet towel to protect it from the welding sparks. And as well, there is a fuel line underneath, but I have a steel metal guard that I'm gonna put underneath of there to protect that. And that should be it, guys. So let's get to welding and get this piece put in place. Well guys, we're pretty much on the last step here. Very excited. Got the welder set up. We already tack welded the floor pan in and it's fitting up great. Don't judge my welds too much because I'm still a rookie. I'm still learning, but hey, practice makes perfect, right? So now that this is all fitted and ready to go, the seams are all pretty much flush. Now I can just take the welder and go all the way around and it'll be one solid piece. So let's get to welding that in and finishing it up. Well guys, I'm very excited. We finally got the passenger side floor pan welded in. As you can see, got it all primed up and ready to go. Be easy on me in the comments, guys. I know my welds suck. They're not pretty at all, but at least the bottom half here will be hidden by some seam sealer because I'm gonna reapply that down here. And I tried flap wheeling and grinding down the welds as best as I could, but it took a lot longer than I initially thought, because I had a bunch of pinholes and I waited till nighttime and I shined the light up from underneath the car and I could see a bunch of holes. So I went around and tack welded all those shut. And it was a bunch of back and forth between welding, sanding, and so on. But we got it all taken care of and I'm very happy. I did just spray paint it temporarily. I'm gonna use brush on paint to really seal it up. And then we'll put a final coat on it. I guess I'll try to find a green that matches it. We still got a little bit more work here to do with some little rust holes that pop through, but at least the floor pan's done. That was the bulk of the work that I needed to accomplish. And I guess we're just going to conclude it here. I guess in the next video we will hop over to the driver's side and get that floor pan installed. I initially thought that I would get both floor pans installed in this video, but it just took way too long. But yeah guys, let me know what you think. Be easy on me in the comments about my welds. I know I have to do some work. I haven't welded since high school, so it's been couple years. Well, but I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Always accelerate and don't look back. See you next time.